guys, I'm back. If you don't know me, my name is Jasmine and this is my channel. And today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using the products that I've rolled in for my roulette pan collab. If you did not see that video, I will link it in the description box below. It's a really fun collaborative project painting challenge that was started by Rebecca Morgan and Alexi. I forget her channel's handle, but she's lovely. I will also have both of them linked down below, but I thought it would be fun to chat about how my life is going and show you how I've been using the products that I rolled into my collection. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start with pulling my hair back. It's actually cooperating somewhat today, which is a shock, and then I just need it out of my face, or else I'm going to be playing with it the whole video and I will drive you all insane. So, I'm going to start with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. This is just a mini. I like taking 2 pumps and I'm just rubbing it into my skin. Yesterday and today were a lot warmer than it has been the past week or so, so I'm going to go in with a matte foundation rather than a glowy foundation. Also, I have these 3 friends right here, and then one that's going away here, and these are just scars. They're not active spots, but that's an active spot. That's a spot that's going away, and then that's a spot that's going away. So we need some extra help today. I'm just going to take my Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation in the shade Medium Sand. So I'm just going to take that and kind of smear it across my face. So that did a pretty good job of evening me out. You can just see a little bit of redness kind of around my nose and cheeks, and then you can see those spots still. So I'm going to go in with my first project pan item, which is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Classic Ivory. And I believe this was rolled in for the category a product in the category you're best at panning, and concealer is definitely what I'm best at panning. I mean, as we can see, I cover my whole face in it. So I'm just going to bounce that all into my skin. So how is everyone's weeks going? Everyone's week going? Mine's been pretty good. The first week of school is always overwhelming just because you're trying, not only do you have a first batch of assignments that you have to get in, you also kind of, at least for me, I always have a kind of a stressful time determining the professor's expectations, if that makes sense. Seeing how strict they are, how much they expect you to participate, or if the questions that they ask in class are rhetorical and they ask and then they immediately answer, or if they're going to ask and wait for someone to supply an answer. I am that nerd who will sit there and raise her hand constantly. Anyways, it's been good. I did have a lot of homework. I do have a lot of homework that I need to do this weekend, but that is in a later issue. This concealer builds really nicely over spots, so you can kind of just go in and layer and layer and layer, which is, I think, my favorite thing about this. I did already buy the next concealer that I'm going to use. It depends on the product and how easy it is to gauge, but if I know I have less than a month, I think I have about 2 weeks left of the product, that's why I want to start thinking about replacing it. Next, I'm going to go in with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. I feel like I'll reach a point with Get Readies with me where I won't even talk about what I'm using during the face portion, because it'll pretty much be the same. I only have one face powder. I only have one. I mean, if you count the little matte highlighting powders in my Tarte palette, then technically I have 2, but I don't really set my face with those. Next, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel in the shade Taupe. And I like to get really close up to the mirror to do this portion of my face. So I'm just going to take my Tarte Park Avenue Princess. And hopefully I don't block what you can see. So I kind of brush the hairs up, and then I'll kind of go through and I'll shape them the way that I want them. And then I'm going to go in with my next Project Pan item, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe. And I'm just going to fix like my tail and the start of my brow to where they look like they have a roughly uniform amount of hair. I do really like this brow combo. I feel like I have to use less product in my brows. I am going to go in with these two shades in my Tarte Park Avenue Princess Chisel palette. It's a chisel palette. Very technical term. It's the shades Angle and Crown. It's just the deeper, warmer ones, and I'm trying to get good use out of these while I'm still tan enough to pull it off. So I start on my neck and I kind of just take a little bit and then lightly kind of feather it on. My neck is always lighter than my chest. Anyways, no matter what, that's why I kind of go in with the bronzer. It has very little to do with my foundation shade and very much to do with the fact that my neck will always look really weirdly white. Fixed it. See, now I match. I got even more sun yesterday. I went on a hike with my lovely friend Maddie. She is a doll. I love her. She was my roommate last year. Well, I had two roommates. She was one of my roommates last year. And I have seen her a few times since coming back from SLO. We like socially distance and all that, which is good. Don't want to be irresponsible, but she's lovely. I adore her. Now I'm just gonna take these two like matte highlighter shades and the same powder brush I used. This one's from Morphe. I don't know which one it is. And I'm just gonna kind of clean up, and I'm just gonna like buff it out just a little bit more. Oh, I moved my brows. That's unfortunate. I'm just going to go in with the spoolie on the ABH Brow Wiz, and I'm just going to kind of put my brows back into the shape that I want them since my bronzer brush disturbed them. Next, I'm taking the Lorac blush in the shade Chroma. It's like their, color source blush. Doesn't say, but it's beautiful. Properly coated. You cannot see this very well at all. Starting to look clown-like over here. It's okay. We're not leaving the house anyways. And last but certainly not least, I'm going in with my next Project Pan item, which is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector pressed in the shade Opal. Next, I'm going to go in with the Mario Badescu Rose Aloe Facial Spray. Just kind of Now I'm going to go in with the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. I'm just going to cover my eyelids with it. Now that we have eye primer on, I'm going to go in with this big fluffy blending brush and the Enhanced shade out of my Tarte palette and just lightly fluff that in my crease. I'm really just kind of setting the areas where I put the eye primer that might catch weirdly to the crease shade that I'm going to put in. So now I'm going to go in with that same brush, and I'm going to take the shade Suede, which is this like taupey gray, from my Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette, which is in my Roulette Pen collab, and I believe it is for the category A product whose packaging inspires you. And I mean, look at that. That's just stunning. That definitely fits the prompt. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to dunk it in there, and I'm going to lightly start kind of feathering that into my crease and getting the shape that I want. And I'm just kind of creating not really a strong V shape, but I am kind of creating a shape where I connect like where my lower lash line would extend out to where this crease color blends out to. I think that's just a flattering shape for my eyes. So now that I have the shape that I want, I definitely went a little bit farther up and out than I would on an everyday basis, but it is what it is. It also looks better when I have other things on my lid and mascara. I'm going to take this little pencil brush from EcoTools in that same suede shade, and I'm just going to drag it under my lash line. So I took my little pencil brush and I dragged that lash line up. You can see it right there. And then I'm just kind of connecting it. Sometimes it's easier to go in with that brush and lay pigment down and then blend it out with this one. And then I got a little bit too excited on this side, so I'm just going to go in with this fluffy angled brush from EcoTools. It doesn't have a name on it, and that enhanced shade again. And I'm just going to use this like a magic eraser and fix where I went a little bit crazy. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of blend where I want it to go again. I do that trick often, in case you're curious about the amount of times I scrub my eyeshadow. So next I am going in with that same suede shade and this like coarser haired packer brush, and I'm just going to pick some up and pat it on my eyelids and blend it into where my crease shade goes. It's very hard to get a sheer kind of taupe with this. It kind of is like all or nothing, which I don't mind because I really like the way it turns out in this look that I've been doing often, like every other day that I do my makeup. I switch back and forth between this and then a look using like that bubbly shade. So I am happy with the way that this looks right now. So I am going to take this e.l.f. small tapered brush and that enhanced shade again, and I'm just gonna whisk the little bit of fallout I got under my eyes. Now I'm going to quickly jump off camera to put on eyeliner. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Kohl eyeliner, and I will be right back. Hi, so I am back looking a little crazy, but I will explain. So I went in and I tightlined and kind of smudged some black eyeliner on kind of more the outer 2/3 of my lash line and just gave that a good old smudge, and then I curled my lashes and put on a lash primer. That is why my eyes are looking quite crazy. But we have a few more steps before mascara. I'm going to go in with this little pencil brush and the shade Black Truffle, which is this black shade. And I just took like a tap. I'm just going to rub that on like the outer third of my lower lash line, just to match the smokiness of the upper lash line without dragging my eyes down. Then I'm going to take my next project pan item, and I'm going to take the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Shadow in the shade Smoky Storm. So my favorite thing to do with this is to take it and just kind of dab it once or twice kind of in the center of my eyelid, and then I take my finger and I blend it out. And I just kind of try to get a sheer or a bit of sparkle that shears out as it kind of goes to either side of my eye. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Blend, 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 blend. Sorry, there is no easy way to like show you this process. It's very intuitive, I promise. So as you can see, kind of have like a sheer wash of glitter. Now I'm going to jump off camera again, do mascara. I'm using the Wander Beauty Mile High Club, and I will be right back. Here is it with mascara. I don't know how well you can see it, but I will definitely put a good picture of the finished look at the end of this video. And last but not least, we have my last project item, which is the ABH matte lipstick in the shade Spice, which is really pretty. I was worried it wasn't going to work well with like the cool tones that I have been playing with for my eyes, but it actually looks very nice. So I'm just going to take this, and I like to kind of put it in the middle, so I get kind of the middle center of my lip and my cupid's bow, and then I take my finger and I blend, blend, blend it out. So here is the finished look. Actually, you know what? Let's be extra. I have the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighter in the shade Kitten, and this isn't a very flattering tone for my face. So what I do is I go like this. And then I'll take a teeny tiny bit of lotion. This is just a CeraVe, like, dry skin therapy lotion, and I just kind of, there we go. So I look like I like to pretend I'm Tati Westbrook. I'm not, but you know, when we get a good shoulder highlight going, we're one step closer. So that is everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you would like to see for my future content in the comments bar below. I love responding to everyone who comments, and if you like this, give it a like. That would be lovely. That literally made my day. I got my first like a few days ago. I was very excited. Anyways, please let me know what you think of this look. I'm gonna put a good picture of the look in good outdoor lighting right here. If there's any comments, questions, concerns, queries, thoughts that you want me to know, comment it. And I hope I see you back here with my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.